at 6.
For the month of March alone, Lee County is in the double digits for overdose cases. WYMT's Chas Jenkins sat down with health officials today about the situation.
Lee County seeing 26 overdoses in March, 7 of which led to deaths.
If anybody knows anybody that is struggling with addiction, reach out to them and show that you care. Right now is when we need to be showing kindness and love.
Stemming from pandemic isolation and new fentanyl-laced drugs in the region.
So when individuals start to use, they may not know the strength of what they're using, and unfortunately it results in a very bad effect.
A situation county EMS workers say is draining resources.
We got 4 cases of nasal Narcan in. Each box contains 2 doses, which are 4 milligrams each. We're down to 1 case.
Resources that are barely effective as it is.
We have to have more Narcan. It's taken upwards of 24 to 30 milligrams per patient to even get them breathing.
Health officials trying to stay positive during this difficult time.
Everybody has something that they can bring to the table to help the situation. It's not only the person that's in addiction's problem, it's the community.
Doing the best they can, getting those numbers down. In Lee County, Chas Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Scott Lockhart says they have a facility in Beattyville called The Hub. It's located across from the Lee County Health Center. He says it's a one-stop shop for people with substance use disorders. A search is underway for an escaped inmate in southern Kentucky. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says Joseph Payton escaped from the Wayne County Detention Center Friday. They were not notified about it until yesterday. The jailer says he thinks Payton may have used a weight bench and a shirt or towel to escape over the fence during rec hours. He also thinks Payton stole a pickup truck in the area.
The inmates had to be accounted for on a regular time basis. So we're not sure how that happened, and of course it will be looked into, no doubt.
Police say Joseph Payton is from Clinton County and he has connections in Indiana. A former Bath County deputy sheriff has been sentenced to 25 years for the production of child pornography. 40-year-old Joshua Priest pleaded guilty to the charges. He admitted to responding to a call about an underage girl acting out of control, then taking her to a remote area and sexually assaulting her. He also admitted to asking her for sexually explicit images after the fact. An Eastern Kentucky coal executive is accused of embezzling money from investors and filing false tax returns. The Lexington Herald reports a sworn statement in the case claims that one informant told authorities that 64-year-old Rex G. Faught worked with others to steal millions of dollars between 2014 and September 2019. A federal grand jury indicted Faught last week on one charge of conspiracy to defraud the U.S. by obstructing tax collection efforts. That's punishable by up to 5 years in prison. The indictment said Faught was the manager of Catalyst Resources, Rockhampton Energy, and Covell Fuels No. 3 during the alleged conspiracy. The deadline is coming up for a funding assistance program that helps Kentucky families reduce energy costs. The Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program is a federally funded program. It reduces energy bill-related costs designed for low-income families. The deadline to apply is March 31st or until funds run out, whichever comes first. The Lexington Herald Leader reports a House Republican is planning to add stricter eligibility requirements for Kentucky's anti-poverty benefits like SNAP. The House approved House Bill 7 on March 17th and sent it to the Senate. Workers with the Cabinet for Health and Family Services say that it could cost the state an estimated $500 million.
Calm weather continues tonight as we watch a weak boundary head our way. Maybe a sprinkle, but otherwise we should stay quiet, but a little on the cloudy side. You see that outside at the moment. I-64 at Moorhead. Plenty of clouds working overhead at the moment, but the sun's still shining through. Same thing on the Mountain Parkway at Slade. You can see the trees, or at least the shadows of the trees there. Some spots, Cumberland Valley near 50, others into the Big Sandy. near 40 at this hour. We're going to continue to see some breezy conditions, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds out there. So at times we'll see some of those higher breezes. It's all quiet in terms of rainfall around the area, but a few showers could try to start working back into the region as soon as tonight. I'll have the very latest on that as we drop down into the low 30s tonight under mostly cloudy skies. I'll have the latest on more showers and storms moving in coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. A controversial bill that would help fund charter schools in Kentucky is one vote away from being sent to the governor's desk. House Bill 9 passed out of committee by a vote of 8-3 and will not go before the full Senate. Passionate testimonies were shared today from both sides. Chad Hedrick is following the legislation at the state capitol.
Let's be real about this thing. Something is not working in the traditional public system.
When you tell me that whether it's 100 students or 300 students are lost, that SEEK funding is lost.
It's a topic that has heated public education advocates as House Bill 9, which provides permanent funding for charter schools, is now headed to the Senate for a full vote.
This bill has been vetted quite a bit in the House and on the floor debate.
Republican Representative Chad McCoy is the sponsor of the bill. He says the legislation gives smaller school districts the power to okay or veto a charter school application, and they would operate just like a public school. But teachers give the bill a failing grade.
But I encourage you to seriously consider the concerns set forth by Fayette County Superintendent Dr. Demetris Liggins in a letter he sent to the committee. He has firsthand knowledge of the failures of charter schools, having recently worked in Texas where there are currently over 200 charters operating in the state.
Just hours before Monday's committee hearing, the Kentucky 120 United held a rally calling for the bill to be removed from the agenda. They have filed an ethics complaint claiming State Representative Sen Banta's husband works for a company looking to develop a charter school, adding she has a personal interest.
It seems some of our legislators may have forgotten that in the Commonwealth, we work for the common good.
Banta denies the claims, saying in part, quote, "I have absolutely done nothing wrong, and my priority continues to be serving the people of my district and advocating for students and parents." Chad Hedrick, WYMT Mountain News.
We should mention Banta did vote yes for the bill in last week's full House vote. It passed the Senate Education Committee 8-3 with one lawmaker passing on voting. This is a wider margin than when it passed out of committee in the House 11-9. Banta was a yes vote there as well. The bill could come up for a full Senate vote as early as tomorrow. This is the last week lawmakers can pass bills and have time to override any vetoes from Governor Beshear, and the governor has said he would veto any charter school legislation. On tonight's Issues and Answers, I sit down with KCTCS President Dr. Paul Zarapata and HCTC President Dr. Jennifer Linden to discuss how they have navigated the pandemic and future plans. Dr. Zarapata and Dr. Linden say the state spending plan for 2022 is a win for higher education. They plan to renovate Kentucky community college campuses, including the technical campus in Hazard.
We're really excited about being able to get those facilities up to par and up to where they need to be. We already have quality instructors who teach highly technical programs for our students, and we have the equipment. We just need our facilities and our infrastructure there to match, and I think that we're going to be able to make that happen.
It's been nearly 1 year now since Dr. Zarapata became president of KCTCS. This is his first time on Issues and Answers. He says being a college president is no easy task, but especially during a pandemic, and adds that he's proud of his faculty and staff for adapting to the many changes and challenges they've experienced. You can hear more of our discussion on Issues and Answers tonight at 7 on WYMT. New troopers hit the streets across the Commonwealth today as Kentucky State Police welcomed its latest graduating class into the force. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was in Pikeville, where some of those troopers reported for their first day on the job.
It's always an exciting day when new troopers are reporting to post.
11 new troopers graduated, inspected, and excited.
That's amazing. It's like no other feeling in the world.
Many fulfilling a childhood dream.
It's always been a dream of mine to be a trooper ever since I've been a kid. It's just always wanted to help people, serve my community, and give back.
Some teaching their children to dream.
If you go on KSP's website, all the time you see it's like, be the difference, or I wanted to be an example, and I wanted to be an example to my 2 kids more than anything.
Each donning the gray getup that has come to represent the Kentucky State Police.
You look back at your dream that you've always chased, and you're living it, and you won't let nothing get in your way and stop you.
Out of 71 cadets, the largest class since 2014, 11 joined Post 9. The majority of those coming home to work in their own communities, with a determination to serve their neighbors while growing as part of the KSP family.
You'll find when you're down there that those are the people that you lean on to make it through.
Pushing through what they called an intense 24-week training to reach their first day on the job Monday.
No matter what, how old you are or how many people put you down or say that you can and can't do something, as long as you got some drive, you can do it.
Securing the post with local faces and a few new.
It's great for us because you know they're going to stay here. They're going to build those bonds, those relationships with the people in their community, and those bonds last a lifetime.
To protect the place they can all call home. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Trooper Coleman says the new hires and the growing interest from those who wish to join KSP is promising. He expects a good local response for the next class of applicants as well. In Pulaski County, faster broadband will be available to more than 4,000 residents. Today, Kinetic officials joined local leaders for a ribbon-cutting ceremony at the Burnside City Hall to celebrate the latest fiber expansion in the Commonwealth. Officials say this major fiber project will deliver for the city, county, and entire region. A popular drive-in restaurant in one southeastern Kentucky town has opened for the 2022 season. WYMT's Dakota Makris takes us to the root beer stand.
Chili bun.
What about the chili bun? Why do you like it so much?
Because it's the best around. You can't get any chili like it anywhere else.
And that is just one menu item that brings customers back to the root beer stand in Corbin year after year.
The people that come out here for hamburgers swear it's the best hamburger. The people that come out here for hot dogs swear it's the best hot dogs, and they don't seem to deviate from whatever their favorite is.
Serving other fan favorites like a Dixie burger and floats since the 1950s. The restaurant opened for the season on March 22nd, drawing in large crowds.
When we first opened, you'll see people circling the lot for sometimes 20 minutes just to try to find a spot, and then, bless their hearts, it's going to be another 30-minute wait just for a hamburger and hot dog when you get here when we first opened.
People coming from all over, even out of state, to take a bite out of one of the more than 1,000 hamburgers served daily.
It's seldom that you see someone that you haven't seen their face before, and you know right away when it's a new person, someone out of town, and they haven't seen a drive-in restaurant since they were children.
It's just the experience of being, in your car, and kind of that old-time feel of the drive-ins that once existed.
Saying even the customers take pride in the root beer stand. In Corbin, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
And the season wraps up the first week of October.
Have to go out and try those, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but it's not going to be bad weather to head out there either. Warmer around here. I'll have the very latest on whether that comes with a chance for rain and storms on the way next.
And in an effort to bring more doctors to the region, hospital staff in Corbin are beginning a pre-medical college course that will be available this summer.
WYMT News app offers alerts on break